Hi guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review on the Tronsmart Force. Now this Bluetooth speaker can be found for around £50 in the UK, whilst in the US it can be found for $60. Now in the box what you'll find is the speaker itself, a set of cables which is a USB to micro USB to charge it, and also an auxiliary jack, and then a manual and a little warranty card. Now the actual speaker itself is rather special. The only reason I say that is because at this price range you're not going to find many IPX7 certified speakers. What does that mean? That means you can throw this in the pool for around 30 minutes at a depth of 1 meter and it will survive all that water. Now that's pretty rare because at this price most speakers will come with IP67 rating, which is water or splash resistant but not actually fully waterproof. So yes, this can be submerged. Now the speaker itself is pretty hefty. It's a hefty chunk of metal and drivers that are built in. So just bear that in mind, that it's not going to be something that's very ultra portable. In comparison to my Honor View 20, you can see in terms of size, it's pretty chunky. So other than that, in terms of functionalities, at the top you've got an on and off, a mode button, which you can switch between different inputs. You've got a plus and minus for volume, play and pause, and an EQ button. And you've also got a little NFC tag over here which allows you to quickly pair the Bluetooth speaker via NFC to your phone. Or you can do it via conventional methods via Bluetooth. Now in terms of Bluetooth connectivity, it has only the SBC codec, so it's got no AAC codec built in. Just to prove this to you, I'm just going to go on my phone, and you can see over here it's got the SBC codec selected. Now other than that, in terms of other connectivity, you can also plug in a micro SD card. You've got 3.5mm jack and a USB-C port. And sorry, this was a USB-C to USB-A port, not micro USB as you're normally accustomed to. So again, another sort of little thing that most cheap speakers don't have. As you can see, I pretty much just assumed it was micro USB just because of from kind of like muscle memory in terms of my head. Other than that, you've got a little latch over here which allows you kind of to hang it up to something. For example, if you want to hang it up to a tree, or if you want to put it on your backpack. But as I said before, it is very, very heavy in terms of as far as Bluetooth speakers go. Now in terms of drivers, you've got, as you can see, an array of drivers at the front and also around the back. And this means that you've got a different type of sound. It's not just one directional. And that it also just comes into play with the EQ button, which has 3 settings: standard mode, extra bass, and surround mode. And it's pretty cool, and I'm going to demonstrate this right away so you guys can actually hear. So the music I've got is just copyright-free music from YouTube. I'll be sure to link it down in the description below. So now I'll go quiet and I'll have the speaker kind of facing you whilst kind of holding it. Now I appreciate this is not the best song to demonstrate the speaker, but you know, copyright-free music only goes so far. Now what you're able to hear there was me cycling through different modes, and no, I did not change the volume at source, as in on my phone. It just really does sound a lot different on the surround mode EQ. Now bearing in mind the surround mode EQ won't have the deepest bass, nor will it have the excellent clarity throughout the mids, but I mean the speaker doesn't have it anyway, but nevertheless it will have a sort of slightly detrimental effect in terms of that frequency band. However, what it does bring, other than the volume, which obviously can be tweaked, is an absolutely incredible surround sound experience. And normally I'm very much dubious about reading surround sound on Bluetooth speakers, because really they don't really offer that sort of surround sound effect. But this thing, I can't stress it enough, is absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to pressing that surround mode. It kind of fills the living room or small bedroom, like where I am right now, full of sound. And I can't stress it enough, this thing really delivers a nice surround sound effect. Of course, it's not going to replicate two different speakers, but my God, does it do an incredible job. Now, in terms of the actual raw output, you've got 40 watts of output. At least that's what Tronsmart have mentioned on Amazon. So I can only go based on their specs. In terms of battery life, you're going to expect around 15 hours of battery life. Again, a quoted number by Tronsmart, only simply because your mileage may vary depending on how you interact with the speaker, what modes you use it in, be it Bluetooth or wired or whatever have you. And finally, it's got 6,600 milliamp battery, and therefore that's why this thing is pretty hefty as well, because of all that charge. So there we go. I mean, in terms of functionalities go, it's really cool. It's got a lot of things going for it, but for its sound quality, that's what I really love about it. The fact that this surround sound mode really does kind of encapsulate you in terms of the song, and actually puts you deep into it while you're listening to it straight ahead, and when you suddenly change EQ button, you're like, where the hell did all my music go? It's insane, and I must say it's very, very cool. In terms of the actual sound quality traits itself, just going a little bit deeper into it, the sub bass is there. It has a bit of rumble. It does cut off depending on which mode you use it on. But let's say if you're going to use it on surround mode, which is the one I would suggest, what you'll notice is a cut off in the sub bass. The mid bass has a pretty nice healthy thump to it. It does lack a little bit of control in the mid bass region. However, it is absolutely acceptable at this price. The mids are recessed, they're pushed back, they're not very much out there and forward sounding, but again, given the price of this thing, it's kind of to be expected. The highs, however, do have a nice little sparkle at the top end, do roll off at the very top. However, you've got a nice little sparkle, and therefore will keep you engaged while listening to your songs. And then in terms of Soundstage, well, as you probably heard yourself, it's got fantastic instrument separation, great sort of tonality in the surround mode option. It's very much narrow sounding in the other modes, so that's why I would suggest very much the surround option in that sort of respect. You're going to get the best sort of instrument separation and best sort of width and depth to your music. So overall, what do I think of this speaker? Oh God, I can't stress it enough. You must go out and check it out. For £50, you can't really go wrong with a speaker. Of course, if you want something portable, this definitely isn't it. At least in my opinion, a really hefty, strong speaker isn't a very much portable option. However, if that's not a key criteria for you, then I don't see why you'd buy any other speaker if you've got a $50 or $60 budget for Bluetooth speakers. Why would you get anything else when you could get this little beast? So there we go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, this unpaid, unsponsored, unbiased review. Make sure you give it a like if you want to see more of this content. Subscribe, favorite, share, as it always helps the channel grow. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed. Take care and bye-bye.